Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Put a Ring on It. This is season 1, episode 6, and it was titled Exploring Parameters. Alright, let's just jump right into it because it picks up where it left off last week, where we're trying to figure out what Mike is going to say on his, if he's going to go on a third date, I think. Yeah, on a third date with Whitney. So he does say yes, he's going to go on a third date. This is driving Shay insane because she, of course, was like, I didn't expect him to like anybody. I didn't expect him definitely not to be trying to go on third, fourth, fifth, sixth, meeting somebody, getting to know somebody for real, for real. So she's in her bag a little bit about it. Ashley was saying like to Hollywood in the confessional, like, I'm glad it's not your ass because yeah, because she wouldn't know how to deal with it or whatever. Mike says he's confident he won't cross any lines or anything, so he doesn't understand like why Shay is, tripping basically. Dr. Nicole says to kind of show up authentically as you are, so you can kind of work the process. And then she was saying like to look back at some of your parental um guidance, I guess, because she said like your parental upbringing will kind of help form your relationships or whatever, which is true. So she was asking Hollywood like how did his mom impact his way of being in a relationship with Ashley, and he was saying like from his mom he thought maybe he should just be single because his mom never remarried, she never had any more children. But then he was like, in a way I don't even think she really liked me all that much because she would like slap me, make me cry so I can go like call my dad up, slap me, I'm crying, and then she would say, "Oh, come get your son. He want to be with you or whatever." And then she said once, no, he said one time she left him in the park. I was like, oh my goodness. So he was like, I know she loved me, but because Dr. Nicole was like, well, she sounded like she was struggling with being your mom or something like that. And he was like, well, I know she loved me, and she was like, yeah, but she had struggles. So like be truthful with it so you don't have to repeat it or whatever like that. So I thought that was real good. So Hollywood said that he didn't really have like any family connection or anything like that. So he's starting new traditions and whatnot with his family. So like I said, so everyone is dating somebody new minus Mike. Everybody's going on fresh dates. He's going on his third date with Whitney. We'll start with Vince and Tamika. So Vince goes out on a date with this girl named Christina. She was really cute. She said she was into adventure. She was real artsy, stuff like that. He really liked what he saw. She says she's from the Caribbean, like her family's from the Caribbean and stuff. So she definitely likes to travel. She was into taking photos and stuff, and he's into doing that photography and stuff like that. So like I said, he was really digging her. He said they had a lot in common. She was asking him like, do you want to get married, have kids? And he said yes to all of that. And then she says that she was in a situationship for, I don't know how long she said. I don't think she said how long, but she said she was in a situationship, and she gave that a lot of time, and then she realized like, is somebody out there better for me, something out there more for me or whatever. So that's why she broke up with them. What else happened, child? I think that was pretty much it for their date. They was just really hitting it off real well. Not Shay. What's the child name? Tamika. She went on a date with this older guy. His name was John Mark. He was handsome. She kind of liked what she saw. Um, did he come over? No. Yeah, he did. He did. He came over to the house to pick her up and stuff like that. And Vince felt, like he was in his bag a little bit. He was like, he's seeing this in a different light. He don't really know how to take it in or whatever. And she was saying like she was looking at things in a different light after talking to her father and stuff. She wants to learn how to trust Vince the way that her mother trusts her father. So I guess it was something going on with them. But back then those marriages lasted for 50, 60 years, and the man or the woman could be, well, not the woman, I'm not even gonna say the woman, the man could be cheating, and they still be married and all this other stuff. So who knows, child. But because I was trying to figure out why she was like, I want to trust him like my mom trusts my dad. Like that's a weird thing to say, but whatever. So at any rate, she go on a date with John Mark. She was excited to go because she wanted to see if she'll get like a different connection with somebody else, a new spark with somebody else, and connect with someone else and stuff like that. So they were talking about online dating, and then John Mark was basically like he don't like a whole bunch of drama and stuff, and they was chatting. I think they went wine tasting or something like that. It was real cute. I think Vince and Christina went to like a restaurant. I don't think it was nothing like themed or anything. So then Ashley and Hollywood, of course, they need their own little spinoff because them two is a mess. He got on some banana shirt. She like, oh, I like your shirt. He was like, yeah, you like my banana? And she was like, mm-hmm. He was like, yeah, I hope she like my banana. She was like, look, don't play with it. Don't play with it or whatever. So the girl come up to the house. Her name was Tasha. She had on some real tight pink dress. I don't know where they went, but it didn't look like they was really going in. They didn't really go anywhere. I mean, they didn't show us where they went, but from what we saw, they would sit on the park bench and stuff. I'm like, she was overly dressed for the bench, but whatever. She had body yaddy, and Hollywood saw that. What's her name? Ashley opened up the door. She was like, "Oh no, you need to go change because you ain't going on no date with her." And he was like, "For real?" She was like, "No, I'm just playing." So she invited the girl in, and he said some little prayer like, "Dear God," or "Lord, I got this sexy woman on the side of me, this other sexy woman on the side of me, and ain't no fighting and all this other stuff." I was just like, Lord. So then they go. The girl go out before him, and then Ashley was like, "Look, don't play with her. Don't play." He was like, "She got the AIDS. She got the AIDS." She was like, "Don't play. You want to have two black eyes?" So they was joking and stuff. They were on the like I said, they was kind of walking, and he was giving her compliments, she was giving him compliments. They was walking up some grass, and it looked like they was just sitting on a park bench, and she was basically asking him a lot of questions about Ashley, and that turned him off because he was like, well, damn, she not even trying to get to know me, she trying to figure out what's going on with Ashley so much. So that was a womp womp date or whatever. Ashley date, he was cute. His name was Kwame. They went skating. They had a good time. He said he looks for someone who has a body and who's a good communicator. They had a good time. They was doing tricks on the skate. She was trying to show him. He was laughing because he really couldn't keep up, but you know, she was, because at first he was like, "Oh, you from New Orleans, you don't know how to skate and stuff," and then she showed her what, you know, she could do. So they had like good chemistry. She said like the energy was so strong, like she could feel it like connecting real, like she just felt it in the room and stuff like that. So that was like, oh wow. She said that he is like the opposite of Hollywood, and he giving her like different vibes, and she is enjoying it. Like she was really, really, really liking it. But like I said, they had a good time, and he was saying like he wanted to see her again and whatnot. Shay and Mike, child, Shay had on some dress. They had like slits down the side. It was cute, but I was like, girl, she was really trying to show Mike, like, whatever, go on your third date with her. I don't care. Like, I was like, ooh, she got on her freakum dress because he was not feeling it because he was like, look, I think you getting like too overly dressed up for this date. Like, you really trying to be all sexy for him and stuff. And she was like, what? Why I can't look good and stuff? But she was liking it because he was, of course, showing her some emotion, showing like he really cares and stuff. The guy came to the door. Here go Mike talking about, oh, you a little too light skinned for her, something like that. But I'm gonna let y'all go on y'all date. And he set him down in the kitchen and was talking to him and was just basically telling him like, look, be respectful to her, don't try nothing, don't do anything crazy and all this other stuff. What else? Shay was saying like before the date, like she was hoping like halfway through this process that she would have hoped that Mike would have asked her to marry her by now and stuff. And I'm like, girl, I don't think that's coming, especially since she obviously does not want kids. Because she went on a date with Rick. Her date showed up or whatever. And she said it was good chemistry and stuff like that. They was really digging each other and stuff. She liked him. He liked her. He wants kids, and because he was like he want to get married, have a couple kids and stuff like that. She don't really want no kids. So I'm like, what in the world? Like, girl, it's just not gonna work out with her and Mike because Mike obviously has a child and he wants his child to come live with him while he goes to high school, and she is not with that. She is not feeling it. she even told this guy like she does not want to have children. So I don't understand why she keeps pushing this envelope with Mike. If he has a child, she normally knows he has a child. She knows what his plan is. Why are you pushing it for him to move this, like pushing this relationship, pushing this marriage and stuff, and you don't want kids, period. Like, you don't want kids, and that's okay. Like, every female does not have to have children. It is not like something you have to do. Like, it's okay not to have children. I'd rather people not have children than have children and mistreat them and stuff like that. So if she doesn't want kids, that's okay, but you can't be with some man who wants children and you don't want them. So Shay needs to get herself together. The guy, what was his name, Rick, he plays basketball overseas and stuff, and he said that he wants to get married and stuff, but like I said, he wants to have a couple kids. And she was like, and then so she was saying, like, the way he just lit up about marriage and lit up about children, maybe she'll reconsider because he was real potential. I'm like, girl, no. It's other guys out here who don't want children too. Like, just find somebody who don't want kids. Like, she's exhausting. And then Mike and Whitney, he said every time he sees her, she's just glowing. He had like a little cheese and fruit spread out there for her. And they were just kind of talking. And she was saying like she's liking him more and more and stuff. But because of the whole restrictions, it's hard for her to kind of want to move forward with him because he's in the relationship and they can't really move forward too far without crossing a certain boundary. Because like their third date, they'd have probably been kissing, holding hands, hugging, stuff like that. So it's kind of hard in this situation. So he was saying like he's trying to be respectful on both ends, and she was saying like, yeah, you get to go home with somebody and I get to be lonely and I can't even like text you. We can't even continue the conversation or anything from the date. It just stops at the date, and that's kind of hard for her to do. So he understands that, and then they kind of try to have like a good time or whatever. So everyone's back together. Of course, Dr. Nicole asked, how did every date went. Mike says it's getting real intense. He was telling them what Whitney said and what happened on the date and stuff. And he was saying like he didn't really think it was going to be that easy to have a lot in common with somebody. Shay, of course, is uncomfortable with it. She doesn't want him dating another man. She did make that clear. And but she did say like this whole experiment is making them closer. So they're getting to be more closer. They're talking more. He's hugging her more, cooking dinner more. So they're bonding a little bit better than they were before. And Mike said it felt like they were dating again for the very first time. So I thought that was kind of good, but we still got that elephant in the room of the child. What we gonna do? And of course, Shay said she liked her date. They had a good time and stuff like that. It was a good vibe and whatnot. Tamika says her date talked a lot. She didn't really like that. She said it was different because Vince doesn't talk a lot, so it was different. Vince was saying like he felt some type of way about her having her date, but he enjoyed his date. Tamika said that she didn't have an issue with him dating or whatever, and everybody looking like, girl, bye. And so then she tells what went on. She said that like 30 minutes before they got in there, they had like a little tiff, and so she's still in that headspace or whatever. And so Dr. Nicole was like, well, what happened? And she said, well, I asked him about a message or whatever, and then he got all like, what, you don't trust me type thing. And she was like, well, if we supposed to be moving on from this clean slate, how can I have a conversation with you without you going back there or thinking that I'm talking about X, Y, and Z or whatever. So she was like, you stuck there. I'm trying to move out and move forward, but you stuck back into where I didn't trust you and stuff. Like, let me move forward. Let's move forward. Like, how can I have a clean slate if you won't move the fuck forward? So they went back and forth and all this other stuff. Dr. Nicole was like, look, cut it out. Like, cut that or whatever. And she was saying like, how unfair is it if she asks you a question and you ask the question back? Like, it keeps going around in a circle. It's never being solved or anything like that. And she was like, what she said? She said, answer the question on the table. And if you feel as though she has something else that she wanted to ask, call it out right then and there. Don't let it fester or anything like that. And then if she is going down some rabbit hole that she don't need to go down, like acknowledge it, get your life, and then come back and then have a conversation. She was saying respond to what you hear, not what you are going to hear or something like that. And I thought that was really good advice. What else happened, child? So then Hollywood tells about his date. He said that she had the body yaddy, but she was just talking about Ashley, so it really wasn't good. And then Dr. Nicole pointed out, like, you wanted body, now you got body, and then you still not satisfied. And he was like, yeah, but I need more than body. It has to be something on top of that or whatever. And then not Hollywood. Ashley said she enjoyed Kwame, she liked him and stuff like that. Tamika said no, she's not going on a second date with the guy. Vince said yes. Tamika is unsure on how she's going to feel until she's in that situation where he's going out on the date. Mike said yes. So this is date number 4 with Whitney. Hollywood was like, look, I call that a relationship. Like that. And Shay was just like, that's a whole lot of dates. I don't know how I feel about that. Shay was saying yes, she wanted to go on a second date with Rick, and Mike was saying like he doesn't like it, and then Shay was like, well, nobody care, and they was like, girl, you done missed it. He's showing you emotion and you shutting him down. So she was like, oh, my bad. Hollywood said no, he didn't want to go on a second date, and then Ashley said yes, she wanted to go on a second date. And Hollywood was not happy. He was like, she liking him because she going on second dates and stuff. Like, if my girl likes some other guy, then why you with me? Like, she need to move. I said, oh, God, Hollywood, here we go. Like, we just got out of that. Like, shake that shit off. Let her go on the date and see where it's going to go. Like, you don't even know if it's going to end up be a third date and stuff. So he got all of his feelings. And he was saying, like, if she go on a second date, then his girl cheating and stuff. I was just like, Lord. And that was pretty much the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all felt about it down there in them comments. What y'all feel about Shay and Mike? I don't think they gonna last. Ashley and Hollywood, I see them working it out and stuff like that. And then Tamika and Vince, I just feel like they just need to cut their losses because she don't trust him. He's still on the fence or like in defense mode where it's like if she says something or asks something, even if it's like something innocent that she really just wants to know what that answer is, he's going to be in defense mode and be protecting himself all the time because he can't shake off what she previously did. So I just feel like they're not going to last too long. And then if you don't really trust anybody, if you don't really trust the person that you with, like what's the point in that? Like, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I hope for the best for all of them because everybody needs love out here, you know, because it's a rough world in these streets. But yeah, I don't see it for Shay, especially with the whole son thing. I just don't. If you don't like kids, then you can't be with a man who got kids because you don't like kids. I don't know. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all felt about the episode. If y'all like this recap review, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, but you are watching my reviews, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. Alright, y'all. Until next time. Peace.